Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode of Channel Your Light, Own Your Intuitive with myself, Erin Chandler. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm just going to roll with spirit here and the message that are coming through. There's almost so many messages that I feel like we need to divide them into paths, despite the fact that I need to trust the weaving of them. So a couple of things that have been coming through really intensely. The first one is there's somebody on here where you don't just have heaven backing you up, you have hell backing you up. And what that means is whoever this message is for, I feel like you know the shadows like nobody's business. You are not afraid of them. You have walked them and you know the damn way out. You know the damn way out of the shadows. You also walk in the realms of the angelical realms, in the heavens, in the ethers, through multiple realms. You are welcome in multiple realms is what I am hearing, through multiple dimensions. Whoever this message is for, you've got heaven standing at your back and you've got hell standing at your back, who will both go to the place with you, regardless of who shows up or what shows up. So this is a very intense message. And I feel like this was somebody who has transcended dark versus light, or the duality of all those things. Mastery is the words coming through. I'm being told to pick a Dreamweaver card for this. So it really feels like judge not lest ye be judged. Let your dreams be woven true is the card that I am picking up on. And here's what's fascinating. I have to show you this card because the imagery is absolutely stunning. I want you to notice that there is two halves, two faces, as above, so below, and the eye in the middle and streaming out either side. Let your dreams be woven true. I feel like this is a message for somebody who has hesitated on weaving their dreams because you haven't felt like somebody has your back. And although you have your back and you know the divine has your back, I really don't think that you understand that you have living spirit embodied and spirit disembodied and all the realms and all the planetary systems backing you up to share whatever it is that you are meant and here to share. Behold, behold is the word coming in. It is meant to be beheld. It is because there is truth woven through it. You came here as a creator, not to be created, but rather to create, and both. And it's almost like there's two storylines popping in here. Either you are being controlled or you are learning to be the controller, if that makes sense. And it doesn't mean controlling other people. It's controlling you, or weaving you, not being afraid to allow your dreams to be revealed to you, allow everything to roll out of you. And whoever this is, I feel like, wow, you need to know just how many people I'm hearing watch your back, as in, I have your guides here saying that you have had to watch your back everywhere you've gone, both in the realms of light and both in the realms of dark. For in the light, there is dark triggered, and in the dark, there is light triggered. You have been in both places and had to watch your back in both places. Judge not, lest ye be judged. The reason that that message is coming through is about the judge and judgment, almost like you were misjudged by both realms. I'm seeing a giant bullseye in the room, misjudged by both realms, underestimated by the dark and underestimated by the light, limited by both aspects, breaking the chains of both. And I say breaking the chains of both, not in the essence of, it's about duality. That's what it feels like. They're showing me it's like the yin and the yang, right? It's breaking the chains of the light and breaking the chains of the dark and becoming one. Becoming one is what it really feels like and seems like, because this and that are true. Oftentimes, how do you describe this? How do you look at beholding both things as truth? The only way to behold or view or perceive the lightest truth and the darkest truth is to perceive it from the middle, from the one, from the balance. And I feel like that's what many in the collective will be called to do. And it will be frowned upon by many different belief systems for a number of different factors, for a number of different aspects and perspectives. However, that is ultimately the truth, is it not? Is the dark not created by the one infinite creator? And is the light not created by the one infinite creator? Some people view as heaven and hell as two oppositions. However, this person has mastered the concept or the ideation, the understanding, the deep intrinsic knowingness of one and unity, because unity is not conformity. These are very two different aspects that are often viewed or conditioned. I'm hearing subliminal messaging, conditioning people publicly and openly to that conformity is unity. Meanwhile, that's not unity at all. And in addition, even in the dichotomy or the duality or the perception of separation, even in that, there technically is unity. I hope that you will catch the channel from Florence Scovel, who we dove into that a little bit deeper and further, both with my guides and my daughter Ava, as well as Florence Scovel, whom I absolutely adore. Anyways, so let your dreams be woven true. You need to know that the universe has your back. You need to know this. It's almost like I'm getting this. It's like, you know that. That's not the thing. It's almost like, because you've had to tread in the dark and had to watch your back, and then you had to tread in the light and then also have to watch your back, that is absolutely the most disheartening, to see both sides of the dichotomy and recognize that neither have your back, that neither are your ultimate truth. It's kind of like all the walls come crumbling down. And it is a process. Whoever this is, your reputation precedes you. You are 1 in a billion, 1 in 8 billion. There is a rareness to whoever this energy is. Of course, people do not understand you. Judge not, lest ye be judged. You have not judged others, and yet you have had multiple judgments placed on you. And while that is normal for the earthly realm, because those that judge are ultimately judging themselves based on what is making them right or making them wrong, or what they need to hold steadfast to. I'm getting that reference again of, my ego is upset when you do not accept me. Isn't that interesting? But that's my ego. And in the justice has been served, and in the divine, in the realms of the divine and the realms of one, if we are reconciling duality in the third dimension of integration and understanding, the only person that needs to accept you is you. So your ego gets upset and hurt, taking it personally when others do not accept you. And so too is it your ego that does not accept the pieces and parts of yourself, that does not want to see the truth that is sitting right in front of you. For most of us, it's sitting right in front of us, right? Look further, dig deeper, and you will see what you did not see before. Oftentimes our judgment and our shaming of who we are and where we're at in a certain moment, we don't realize that we are there for a specific reason, because that's a place that gets to show us what we didn't see before. And instead of us stopping being like, okay, what didn't I see before? Most of us just judge and shame ourselves. So judge not lest ye be judged, meaning you are the judge of you. And you are also the person who allows the judgments of others to be the judgment of you, if you so choose that, if you are not aware of that. And it's really fascinating. I'm getting the role of the judge. No one ever wants to take the role of a judge. To judge is to have to hold the weight and the burdens of ideas, concepts, and labels against each other. Judge not lest ye be judged. To release that judgment allows you to be free. It also allows them to be free, for they are called to be their own judge. Somebody placed a judgment on one of you that was completely unfounded, completely based in illusion. And this judgment was negative. It was very negative. It amplified a polarity that was simply unjust and untrue. This judgment will fall flat on its ass, is what I'm hearing. This judgment will fall flat on its ass. And here is why. Because you have hell at your back, and you have heaven. There is no differentiation. Isto ora, whoever this is, I know why you're so rare. You don't engage with people for financial reasons. You don't engage in people because you want them to like you. You don't engage in situations because you think you're going to gain something from that dynamic or that relationship. You engage with people when you're guided to. And because of this belief system, there are many people that took advantage of this. However, I'm hearing the tables have turned, because it does not matter if you're moving in the realms of people's shadows or walking with torches in the darkness. I'm hearing hungry ghosts. It does not matter if you walk there or if you walk in the brilliant, blinding light. It does not matter which side you walk on. The devil's going to stand up and have your back, and so is God. If you attune to that dynamic, I guess you could say, both and, you are free, is what I'm hearing. It doesn't matter if it's heaven or hell, light or dark, the upper world, angelical realms, or the lower world, or the worlds of Hades is what I am hearing. And this is the beauty of Persephone, goddess Persephone as well. There is both and. It does not matter where she walks. She is held and protected by both. This is because she does not judge one nor the other, is what my daughter Ava is saying. And I have a massive, it's just a huge group of guides, and they're all saying the same thing. When you release judgment of yourself, you then release judgment of others. One cannot release judgment of others if they are continuing to judge themselves. And this is the dichotomy of as within, so without. In releasing judgment of the self, so too do you release judgment of others. This is absolute and ultimate freedom, because it is a state of mind of no longer needing to shape and mold or bring others to you, or help others in a certain way, or having people agree with you. Your ego is the only thing that gets upset when others do not accept you or agree with you. When you release this paradigm, you open into another world that is neither heaven nor hell, neither a judgment of shadow or light, because both worlds hold deep wounding, whether one acknowledges this or not. Oh, Luna. Luna's crying. Come here, beauty. Oh. Pull another card. We're going to go with the, I'm being told to go with the angel deck. So we're going to pull another card for the angel deck on here with a message specifically for this. Angels teach us more about goodness and light than we will ever learn from this world. So the additional messages that are coming through with that, where do angels walk, my friends? This is a message for an earth angel. There's an earth angel where you have been placed in multiple situations of shadow and all of those things. If you are an earth angel, know that you have gone to those places, because that's where we place angels, where people need them the most. And they teach us about goodness and light. They teach us about forgiveness. They teach us about compassion. Whoever you are, you've walked with people in suffering, or you sense people suffering, and that is because you are an earth angel. You are there because you have the nuances. You are learning to hold space for people's suffering in its absolute darkness. This also helps you to attune to the reason why people choose the things they choose, why they behave in the way that they behave. It is not a judgment of darkness, nor is it a judgment of light. It is finding goodness in all things. I'm being told to pull one more angel card in reference to that. When you walk through you can't make this up. When you walk through the valley of shadows, learn to feel the presence of your angels. It will be like walking into warm sunshine in comparison to feeling that you have walked alone and you are surrounded by shadows. Again, I'm getting this imagery, and I'm getting this statement, which is so interesting because this was a number of months ago. I heard the statement loud and clear. She who walks with torches amidst the hungry ghosts. When you walk through the valley of shadows, because the shadows exist, learn to feel the presence of your angels that walk with you. Earth angels, know that you have an entire team of angels that surround you, and it is through your experiences in the shadows that allows you to attain freedom, freedom, and have great and deep compassion and understanding. Once you learn to feel the presence of your angels, you are not alone. That concept of you are not alone becomes so intense and powerful and profound that you are able to walk in the bowels of hell and the angelical realms and honor the sacredness of both for what they are, what they provide, and what they teach you. And it will be like walking in warm sunshine in comparison to the dark coldness of the night, is what I am hearing. Both have intrinsic value. Wow. Oh, no, and now I'm being told to go to the in bulk deck, so I will get that one out here, and I'll pull a card from that. I love when the dominant energy of the cards pulls through. Angelica, we have had this before. I have to show you this card. It's card number 2. 2s are always my daughter, Ava. Angelica is the angelical realms, which is exactly what we're talking about as well. It says, the bells have rung, chiming far and near. Underneath feathered wings, my dear, you have nothing to fear. There's this idea of, I'm hoping you can see this card, that's the angels in the darkness of the night that are lighting the light with the light of the star. Notice the angelical realms. They're not afraid of the shadow realms. They're not afraid of hell or the constructs or the ideas of what that is made up of. They are able to wander anywhere and everywhere because they are here to teach compassion, goodness, light, forgiveness, and bring great healing to the lands. You will notice her on the earth plane in the card with the wolf beside her, lights the candles, and look up, child. Look up, child. She is looking up. There's a lot of mothy energy, which is very deep transformation. And you will notice she wears a crown upon her head as she looks up of crystals. It is not a crown of gold and ore. It is not a crown of flowers. It is a crown of rhombohedron crystals is what I'm hearing. So that's related to the pineal gland and those conductors of energy and receptors of energy as well. It is moving with the divine realms. That could not be a more perfect card, illuminating that the angelical presence of angels in the dark is very, you have nothing to fear. That's just what it keeps coming out as. You have nothing to fear. Whoever this is, you've got hell that will stand its ground and stand up for you, and you've got heaven that will stand its ground and stand up for you. And this is because you have relinquished the judge. So we're going to pull one more Dreamweaver card. This is an interesting message, particularly because, we're coming into a space where the polarity and the duality is extreme. I'm right and you're wrong. And if you don't see my way, it's wrong. There's all those dynamics. And while many things are being brought to justice, I'm seeing the justice card from the tarot, justice being balanced, justice being righted, karma being righted, what was done in the dark shall be brought to the light. It's also an internal aspect, right? What's done in the dark or the darkness of the illusions that we see or believe or tell ourselves in the stories. But it's really fascinating that this is the message coming out. I'm hearing hold your ground, hold your ground, hold your frequency, regardless of the darkness that comes. For if you are to hold the goodness and the light, you cannot be afraid of the shadows. I'm seeing the yin yang as well again. So we'll pull one last card for this message for whoever this earth. I feel like this is a message for a starseed, an earth angel. If the river flows this way, rivers are really significant right now. I'm also going to show you this card too. There are two hands. I always relate it to the Hamsa with the eyes in the middle on either side of the river. Oh my gosh, please go and watch the channel with Florence Scovel-Shinn because it is literally about the two banks of the river. It's also related to a Buddhist chant that comes in with it as well. And the river flows this way. So if we've got this river and the river is flowing and the souls are flowing to the light, moving down river on the lazy river, I'm seeing people laying in their tubes on the lazy river. That's the imagery that I'm getting. Know that both sides of the banks are protected. Heaven and hell, left and right, both sides. You are being protected from both sides. And I feel like both sides are judgment. I don't know if any of you have noticed, but sometimes when we move into the light fractal or a distorted light, that distorted light can sometimes be projected onto the darkness, but really it's the darkness within the light that's projecting to the darkness. And the darkness is simply showing them that there's that dichotomy as well. This and that are true, says Ram Dass. There are many dichotomies and nuances, and we often search for one true meaning. And we tend to cling on or tend to hold steadfast to that one true meaning because it's how we are able to attune or make logical sense of certain aspects and nuances of this universe and how we fit into the earth plane on this world where there are many things that are dark and many things that are light. There are many different aspects that are highlighted and viewed from. Seeing both sides of the story always allows one to flow. It allows one to detach. Both sides are protected. You are protected as you flow on the river of ascension, both from the left side and the right side. You are protected from both and with both. So any lower dense frequency or vibrations that it's on the light side or the dark side, you're being protected from them. And as well, both the light side and the dark side, the higher frequencies, a greater understanding, sixth dimension is coming in. Both aspects and both sides of the dynamic or duality is also protecting you in the higher realms and in the ethers. It's really fascinating to know this. Whoever this message is for, somebody tried to shut you up. And I feel like it came from both sides. You've had people on the light trying to shut you up, and you've had people on the dark side trying to shut you up. And whoever this is, you triggered the fuck out of a lot of people. And that is not because you're a trigger. That is not because you're the problem. You simply illuminated the deeper problem in the unseen on both aspects. This is why you are being protected by both sides, heaven and hell, above and below. There is the please, please, please. The bells have rung. Chiming far and near, internally and externally, underneath the feathered wings, my dear, you have absolutely nothing to fear. So whoever this is, your mission is very clear. I feel like your mission, to me, it is very, very clear. Nothing holds a candle to the light that you have ignited. And the light that you ignite, it's not that it's the light, it's the one. It's nothing holds a candle to you is what I'm hearing. Absolutely nothing could hold a candle to you. And you understanding or hearing this message or knowing that is absolutely your greatest superpower. When you suddenly start to get privilege, when you suddenly start to understand what has been surrounding you, the presence, a strong presence, it's both spirit embodied and spirit disembodied. Like when I say heaven and hell, the earthly realms and the angelical realms, like I'm talking all of it. If you actually stopped for a moment and really sat in this understanding, you would, I'm seeing the Chariot card, zero hesitation, zero blockage, zero giving a fuck is how it's coming through. You would just rock and roll with it. It is life altering and life changing when you see this. And I feel like it's just going to happen like that. It's almost like you're just doing your everyday thing or the thing you naturally do, rocking and rolling with the divine or with your life or with the flow of the river. And all of a sudden it's like, whoa. You just suddenly feel it. It's like more than a feeling. And it might be fleeting or something to that effect. It might feel like it's almost like you've been really working on both aspects, the dark and the light, and it's not judging one against the other or pitting one against the other. You've been moving in both as a sacred task. You have had a sacred task. Whoever this is for, the reason it's so hard is because it's so freaking sacred and it's not for many people to accept at this time. Legacy, it leaves a legacy. Wow. Whoever this is, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for rolling in both realms. Thank you I feel like you're the transformation queen. That's what's coming in. The transformation queen. And correction, sorry, the divine is correcting me. Correction. This is no queen. This is indeed an empress. This is someone who has an angel wing on one side, a fairy wing on the other. Where's the crown of the ocean? Where's the crown of Gaia? Where's the crown of crystals? And where's the crown of ore? This is a natural alchemist. This is someone who has walked, I'm hearing, many lives, many masters. This is somebody, you are many, many lives and many, many masters. And this is the culmination life. And this is actually why somebody wants to shut you up on both sides, because it cracks the illusion of the light and it cracks the illusion of the dark. It is an ending of both sides. As above, so below. It's like both sides come to your aid, no matter what it is. And anytime someone feels that they can utilize the dark or utilize the light to manipulate you in any way, the joke is always going to be on them. And the reason why is you don't even need to know. You don't even need to know that somebody's manipulating you. Make no mistake. I've got heaven and hell standing up here, writing it no matter what, because the divine has its hands in everyone and in everything. There is absolutely nothing that is secret in the eyes of the divine. Both heaven and hell have got your back, whoever this message is for. And you have had this sacred task of walking in the dark and the light. You have also experienced a lot of wounding, but the wounding is because you, Earth Angel, you did not understand the reason you were there. That's why you have wounding. When we pull back into this dynamic of, look at the third dimension or the triad, we have the dark and the lights. Look at it as the Holy Trinity, mind, body, and spirit. You can look at this in a multiple facet, right? Dimensions, experience, expression, integration, and understanding. You're moving from the third aspect. So what's the third aspect? It's spirit. What's the third aspect? It's integration and understanding. It's so many different things. If you look upon those different aspects, it's also inner power. If you look at chakra energy centers, it's that golden ray frequency of wisdom, of the innate power within you, which doesn't require the dark or the lights, because it's the power within as one. So whoever this is, you have like a crazy sacred task. You have walked through some incredibly dark shadows. And yes, you've had wounding. I'm hearing this is the wounding is deep spiritual cleansing and purging at this time, when you suddenly understand Earth Angels are placed in those shadow realms because you're learning lessons of goodness and light, not because it was a punishment or why did this person do this to me. That is all old paradigm. I'm hearing that's a totally old paradigm, outdated, outnumbered, and completely shifted outside of it. It has no bearing on you anymore. And if it still does, let this be your message that no more. I'm hearing it shall no more. Whoever this is, you have a very sacred task, and you have been weaving. And if you feel like you've been to all these places, know that you've been gathering everything required for the weaving for your specific mission. And you are your mission, which is why you had to be there in order to do the mission, because the mission happens through you, as you, because of you. And if you are not in there where you need the wisdom and the experiences of that weaving or mission, you can't really fulfill your mission or your purpose in that aspect either. We often ask, what is my purpose? Well, your purpose will always begin with you and doing you and focusing on you. It's always going to begin with you, because you can't get to your purpose without you. That's why you are your purpose. And when you do you, you're automatically led on the path to your purpose. So for some of you, the places you have walked, you've been transmuting light or transmuting darkness and transmuting light. It's almost like there's no difference for whoever this message is for. It's not about dark and it's not about light. It's simply about the experiential process on the human 3D earth plane and leaving a dang legacy, whoever this is for. You have such a sacred mission. All of these cards, I just want to highlight this. Every single card I pulled from 3 different decks. What did the angels talk about? Angels teaching us goodness and light. as we learn in this world. Then we had when you walk through the valley of the shadows, feel the presence of the angels. And here we are, the Dreamweaver deck. Both are opposites, the duality, right? Look at the Let Your Dreams Be Woven True, which is the card number 5. That is as above, so below. There's the tree above and there's the water below with the 2 faces and the eye in the middle. If we look at the Imbolc card where it was the dark and the light, you will notice that that's the opposition as well, right? The angelical realms in the dark and her on the earth plane in the light. She's in the white area. The last card, which was also from the Weaver's deck, is the river with both opposite sides on the left and the right, both banks being protected. You can't make this up. You just can't. I love that how synchronistic the cards are. One more angel card. Nope, I'm here. We don't need one more angel card. This transmission is complete. And the messages that were relayed for this person is do not stop. Keep going. There is a golden thread that you are weaving, making, it's almost like you're weaving it from the divine and weaving it onto the earth plane. And I'm hearing absolutely nothing can stop you. It does not matter if the dogs are barking on the left and the cats are scratching jealously on the right. That shit don't matter. And do you want to know why that don't matter? Ooh, I have a Hebrews quote for you from the angel deck. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. Sometimes straight Hebrews 13:2. You never know where you have encountered an earth angel. Oh, this is actually, I heard no, don't pull a card for this deck, but it flipped out. So clearly I wasn't pulling, the card was choosing itself. This is an important message because when we think of earth angels, we have this idea that they're this person that makes us feel wonderful and beautiful and they have all this light around them. But sister, brothers, there are earth angels walking in the deep, dark depths in the experience of it, in aid of others, and also learning goodness and light in those too. So be not forgetful. Sometimes a complete stranger is actually an earth angel. So be mindful. Pay attention to those around you because you never know when you just looked into the eyes of God. And in addition, you are always looking into the eyes of God and the divine because that's what created you. Creator created you. You are looking into the eyes of Creator every time you look upon another human being or look within another human being. You will find a light so bright in the darkness within that it cannot be forgotten. So be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for you are often entertaining angels and are completely unaware. So I will leave that message with you. I hope this resonates. Let me know in the comments if it does, if that's you walking both sides. I feel like confirmation just keeps coming through loud and clear. If you wish to connect with me for a private session, a one-on-one, or to join the intuitive courses, please feel free to connect with me on my website. You can find that in the video description box below. And of course, I will see you on the next video.